Good morning, guys. Today is January 21st, 2021, and this is your live video lesson for today. We are going to keep talking about table relationships, in and out boxes, and then we are also going to review another type of graph. Okay, so here we have our in and out boxes. Now this is different from yesterday because yesterday we were given the in, we were given the rule, and we had to figure out the out box. Now it's different. Now we're having to figure out the rule. This is usually the case when you see these types of questions on the STAR test or on just a regular test. Most of the time you're going to have to figure out the rule. Okay, it makes it a little more difficult and it's just more likely. So we're going to be practicing that today and tomorrow. Okay, so we want to look at how they're getting from 3 to 4, how they're getting from 4 to 5, 10 to 11, and 15 to 16. Now, remember, this could be adding, this could be subtracting, it could be multiplication, or it could be division. Okay? So I want you to think about the rule. How are they getting from 3 to 4? Well, I know that you add 1 to get from 3 to 4. How do they get from 4 to 5? Well, I know on this one, they also add 1. So I'm going to keep writing 10 to 11 is plus 1, 15 to 16 is plus 1. If they're all the same, then I know that's my rule. So my rule is add 1. Okay? All of the answers need to be the same, just like yesterday. Okay, so let's go here. So I need to figure out how they're getting from 5 to 3, 9 to 7, 13 to 11, and it should be pretty clear whether they're adding, subtracting. Okay, are they going up or down? So this one went up, so I know it's either going to be adding or multiplying, right? Okay, because I'm not going to subtract and go up, I'm not going to divide and go up, so you can kind of rule out some things. I know here they're going from 5 to 3, 9 to 7, so they're going backwards, so I know that's either going to be subtraction or division. Okay, well, it's pretty obvious here. 5 to 3. I know if I take away 5 minus 2, I get 3. 9 minus 2, I get 7. 13 minus 11, and 16 minus 2 is 14. So I know the rule here is subtract 2. Okay? Alright, so this is a different one. This is a horizontal one, so I have my in and out. That's all you got to pay attention to, right? In, out. So I'm not going from 6 to 7. Okay, I'm going from 6 to 1, 7 to 2, 12 to 7, and 20 to 15. Okay? Now let's talk about, are you going from 6 to 1, are you going down or up? From 7 to 2, are you going down or up? Well, I know I'm starting with a big number and I'm going to a smaller number, so that means I'm either going to be subtracting or I'm going to be dividing. Okay? 6 to 1. Well, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know there's a difference of 5. Okay? And let's see, 7 minus 5. Yep, that's 2 also. 7 minus 5. 12 minus 7. 12 minus 5, is 7. And 20 minus 5 is 15. So I know that's my rule. So my rule is subtract 5. Okay? Remember, your rule has to work. So test it out on the first one. Okay? Then keep going and keep trying out that same rule. And if it works, then you know that's your rule. Okay, right here, my in and out is I'm going from 1 to 4. Now notice, am I going up or am I going down from my start number to my end number? Okay. Well, I'm going from 1 to 4, 5 to 8, so I'm getting bigger. So if I'm getting bigger, I know that I'm either adding or multiplying. Okay? And I can tell here that I'm probably not multiplying. So how do I get from 1 to 4? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I added 3. And now we're going to test that out on here. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm also adding 3. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm also adding 3. And so now I can tell that adding 3, 10 plus 3 is 13, is my rule. So I'm going to write that down. Add 3. Okay? So that's how you do it. Make sure you figure out the first one. Okay? And you can eliminate 2 of these symbols by knowing, am I starting with a small number and getting bigger, which would be adding or multiplying? Or am I starting with a big number and getting smaller, which would be subtraction or division? Okay, so that's how you can decide. You can automatically get rid of 2 symbols. Test out that first one. Try it out on all the other ones. If it works, that's your rule. If you get to the next number and it doesn't work, then you need to go back up here and figure out what else could it be. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and go to our graph. All right. So here we need to label. Okay, each X is 1, so we're counting by ones. So week number 1, they read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. Week 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, it's always important to label your graphs. Week 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I have all my numbers. Which week did they read the most books? Okay, well I can look. Week 3 is the highest. So I'm going to write week 3. That's a pretty easy question. You just have to look at your graph. Okay. Question 2. How many more books did they read in week 4 than in week 7? So remember, we always need to look for that keyword, how many more. How many is never a keyword, but how many more is. And how many more always means subtract. Make sure you keep that. Make sure you remember that. And I'm looking at week 4 and week 7. Okay. So week 4 is 9 and week 7 is 3. So I have week 4, 9. I know I'm subtracting. Minus 3 equals 6. So 6 more books they read in week 4 than in week 7. Okay. How many more books were read in week 9 than in week 5 and 7 combined? Okay, so this is a 2-step problem. How many more means subtract. We know that from the question above. Okay, in week 9, then in week 5 and week 7 combined. So combined means add, and it tells me I'm combining week 5 and 7. You're not combining 9. 9's by itself, okay? They tell you clearly week 5 and week 7 are combined. So we're going to add 2 plus 3. Okay, so 2 and 3 is 5. Now 5 is not my answer because I still need to find out how many more from week 9. So now I have 7 minus my other answer of 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. So that would be 2 books. Okay, so that was a 2-step problem. Watch out for those 2-step problems. Okay, if there's more than one keyword, you need to make sure that you use both keywords, especially if you see 3 different weeks here. There might be a keyword there, especially if you see the word how many more, okay? Because we're never going to subtract 3 numbers. You're always going to have to add 2, subtract 1. You don't ever subtract 3 numbers at one time. Okay? So those are our questions for today. Make sure when you get on Canvas, you get a piece of paper or you get your journal, show your work. Okay, if you get a low grade, go back and redo it. You have 2 chances to do a math assignment. So go back and redo it. If you get below a 70, okay, if you get below a 70, so if you get a 60 or below, please redo it. Okay, go back and try again and maybe see where you went wrong the first time. Okay, Make sure you have your journal or a piece of paper to show your work for those math questions. All right, and if you have trouble, go back and rewatch this video and see if that helps. Okay? All right, guys, have a good day.